Good Monday morning, everyone. We've got a lot to talk about today. Oh my gosh, let's get into it. If I had my cue set up right, that would have worked perfect, right? With that perfect intro done. Now, let's talk about it. So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Good Monday morning, everyone. It has been an amazing weekend. Welcome, everybody, coming in now to the live stream over on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Yesterday was the webinar that we did on Audacity, and it blew my mind. It blew a bunch of folks' mind. We did have a bit of technical difficulty. I'm showing stuff on Audacity, but the folks weren't able to hear what I was doing. So what I did was did the complete webinar, came in at 5 a.m. this morning to reshoot the parts that I couldn't, you couldn't hear the sound playing from Audacity. And that was needed. You needed to hear that so you could hear the difference from the different effects that I was putting on. So I came in this morning, redid that 5 a.m. this morning, got that done. So by the way, everyone that attended the webinar, you now have access to those additional videos that I made this morning. All you have to do is log into your account at Steps to Voiceover Success, and it's going to be in your library. It's going to be right there. Actually, I'll show you, because some folks ask me questions sometimes, and I realize that they don't really know. So let me go and kind of share my screen here. Okay, this is my account. So if you go to my library, which is right here at the top of the screen, it says my library. Click on that, and it will show you everything that you have access to. And right here at the bottom, how to set up and record, how to set up Audacity and record professionally. That's the whole kit and caboodle. It is the main webinar. I'll click on it so you can kind of see. It's the main webinar that was from last night, or yesterday afternoon rather. It's the audio from Audacity to complete the training. So that's all of that. And then also how to set up your effects chain, which is huge. It's going to be huge for a lot of people. Now, if you missed the webinar yesterday, it's all right. It's available now, still on the website. All you're going to have to do is go here. And I'm going to be putting all of my webinars here. This was the webinar I did Sunday before last. This was the webinar I did yesterday. And every time I do a webinar, I'm going to put them there. I'm going to keep the prices low, at around $37. And the cool thing about this is too, that you can always ask me questions there. You can comment and ask questions on the webinar. I get those via email, and I'm still able to answer those questions. Now, coming up this coming Sunday, why does this say webinar? Still says that. That's not what it is. It's on LinkedIn. So I've got to change that because it's not about Audacity. But if you go there, it's right at basically if you scroll down under the main header there of the webinar, of the website, it's going to show you this, and you can click to register there for the webinar that's coming up this coming Sunday, May 6th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do a deep dive into Audacity. I keep saying it. Into LinkedIn. Oh my gosh. Even during the webinar, I kept saying Adobe Audition instead of Audacity. So I had to keep correcting myself on that because I use Adobe Audition all the time. But it's what we're going to be talking about today as well. Oh, thanks, Mage. You saw it was in your library and then got an email telling me that. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you for telling me that, Mage. because I didn't know if you would get an email or not when I updated it. So that means that everybody got an email for that. So cool beans on that one. Definitely appreciate that. Here's the thing, folks. I posted a blog from Gary Vaynerchuk over the weekend in the group for Steps to Voiceover Success. And what that blog entailed was how to start. Now, I'm going to go through some things here, and I'm going to try and be as blunt and as forceful as I can be about this. If you do not get actively involved in social media to build your business, you won't be around. You just won't. Do you know, and this is a fact, movie production houses and directors and things of that nature, before they hire an actor these days, and there's plenty of stories about this, before they hire an actor these days, they're looking at their social media presence. They're looking at how many followers they have. They're looking at the engagement of those followers, because too many people have been buying followers, which is ridiculous to do. They buy followers on YouTube, they buy followers on Instagram, and it's a waste of time. Do not do it. If you've ever thought about it, don't. Because it crushes you. It doesn't make sense. And the reason why it doesn't make sense is that, say you get 100,000 followers and you're posting, but no one's commenting on your post. How do you have 100,000 followers, but nobody's commenting on your posts? Nobody's liking your posts. So people are able to tell that. But a lot of these people that are actors now are understanding more and more the importance of social media. Look at Will Smith. Will Smith is reinventing himself. I mean, he's getting to be kind of old now. I mean, he's as old as I am. He's almost 50. So he's reinventing himself on social media because he knows that he needs to remain relevant. And the only way to do that is to use social media, and it's across the board. It's a level playing field. Anyone can do this. There's no barrier to entry. There's no barrier to entry at all to social media and what you do with it. I've had people balk at me talking about social media. I've had people, yeah, that sounds nice, type of deal with social media. You will not win within the next 5 years. Being completely honest, completely blunt. Unless you get to the big time, you're not going to do well in voiceover, period. Unless you understand and embrace social media. If you're scared of it, if you don't understand it, if you just don't want to do it, fine. You need to go somewhere else. But no, and let me say this is beyond voiceover. This is any business. Don't care what it is. If you're not involved in social media, you're going to lose. Period. I cannot be more emphatic about that. You must develop a social media presence. And I'm not just talking about throwing up a Facebook page and never looking at it. I'm not talking about getting an Instagram account and not doing anything about it. When you're a voice actor, you're an artist. You've got to show your craft. You've got to show that you understand your craft. You've got to show that you're good at your craft. You've got to show the gear that you're using and why you're using it. How many people saw that video that JC put up, John Flood, on Steps to Voiceover Success group page? He was showing his space that he records in and explaining things and why things were set up the way they are. This is what I'm talking about. The only thing that is going to separate you from every other voice actor that's out there is your depth of engagement in producing content. So now we're getting a little bit deeper because we're not talking about just being on social media. We're talking about producing relevant content. One of the tactics that I use, and believe me, I can talk forever about this, and in particular about LinkedIn, because it's been a huge success for me over the past couple of weeks. And I tweaked just a couple of things that I was doing on LinkedIn, and it made the difference. I literally believe that there are some of you out there that if you completely focused in on LinkedIn and were willing to do the work that's involved, you'd kill it. You'd crush it. I honestly believe that. The thing about developing a business in voiceover or any business is that, sweetheart, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work to get to where you want to be. And once you get to where you want to be, it's going to be some more work that you're going to have to do as well. LinkedIn, and I'll go through a couple of things. It's so super easy. Now, I'm going to share my screen, and I've shown this before, but what I'm going to be talking about on Sunday is going to go so much deeper. So I'm going to show you some cursory stuff here. So let me pull up LinkedIn. And let me share my screen with you. And I think I want to... All right, and I'm going to transition that over. All right, so this is my homepage on LinkedIn. The ridiculously stupid thing about LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen, is that every single one of your customers is here. Every single one of your customers, potential clients, connections is on LinkedIn. It's just true. They are on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can't tighten this up a little bit. Yeah, I can. Now, the thing about LinkedIn that you want to, and you can use the free account if you're interested in stats and direct emailing people, stuff like that. You can go to premium, but I think that's like $50 a month. I don't have a premium account, never have, never needed it. So you can do all this stuff with the free and you can do the workaround. Before I get into blowing your mind, whatever genre of voiceover that you are looking to get in or into, you need to join the groups. If you're into video games, you need to join the video game groups. All of them. All of them. If you're into explainer videos, whiteboard videos, you need to join the groups. All of them. You need to see what's going on in these groups. And when you see what's going on in these groups, you need to add some intelligent comments, help, and direction. What I'm going to go through Sunday is the way to do that will get you attention. That will get people looking at you is what I'm going to go over on Sunday. But what I'm going to give you right now, for those of you that haven't seen it, is the blow your mind thing. So, someone, let me go back over here. No, I'm not. Well, yeah, let me go back over to the chat. All right, so you guys can see me there and you can see the whole chat, right? I want someone to put in a title of someone that they would like to connect with. I'm not going to call a title out, but it's got to be a title that that reflects the genre that you're going after. Start putting in some of the common titles that you will see. Just go ahead and start typing them in. I know we have a lag, so it's going to be a minute before, about 45 seconds actually, before people start typing in titles. I want you to just start typing in relevant titles of people in organizations that you would like to do work with. I'm not going to put in a title because I want to use yours. Come on. CEO, that's a little bit broad. Creative director, producer, those are really good. CEO is kind of broad for a genre. You want to get a title that is going to get directly to the people, or is extremely relevant to your industry. Marketing director is good. Yes. Because you're probably not going to be going to the CEO. You're going to be going to the decision makers. Those decision makers are people like marketing director, talent development, producer, creative director. Okay, awesome. Now, let me go back to LinkedIn. When I show you this, if you don't crap your pants because you've never seen this before, I don't know what's wrong with you. So you go to the homepage of LinkedIn. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to search creative director. Oh my freaking God. What this just did, and let me see if I need to click people. There we go. This just gave me the creative director for different companies. Redmond Creative, what is this? At Abbott. You can go through these, and I'm telling you right now, I'm getting a lot of Chicago and Milwaukee because that's my area. You start looking at these titles. Look at this. It's endless. I can go to 2. The second page, and just go through these and look at the creative directors. It's the person you want to meet. It's all on LinkedIn. It's the person you want to meet. You can find out about these companies and what it is that they do. Let me go back here for a sec. I don't know if voice casting is one, but let's try it. I mean, everything is a test. So let's try. What did you say? Voice casting director. I'll type it in. Look, it's filling it in for me. Wow, would you look at that? Let's go to the people. Casting director, author, screenwriter. Ooh, senior casting and voice director. Wow. Are you seeing what you're missing right now? Voice director casting at Studio Hollycam. Animation casting director. Owner, voiceover casting and at Voices Voice Casting. Will you look at that? Do you? I'm not even. I'm not even going to show you anymore. I'm just not even going to show you anymore because this is too super easy to be able to do. There is no other platform. You actually, yes, you can do this on Facebook as well, but you get way more bang for your buck on LinkedIn. If what I just showed you blew your mind, what I'm going to show you on Sunday will knock your socks off. Period. I already know it. It's a level of work that most people aren't willing to do. Most people just want to sit back and wait for the agent to call. They want to sit back and wait for Fiverr to ding. They want to sit back and wait for, whatever. This approach is head on. This approach is going to get you to the person you need to get to. Now, don't do this. And this is why I'm doing the webinar, because I'm going to go through a bunch of these processes. Again, if you want to attend the webinar, it's right on the homepage of the website. It's actually in the link. It's the first link in the description of this page here as well. Except I put the wrong date. I think it's May 6th. Whatever it is, it's Sunday. And let me just change that 5 to a 6. All right, so it'll update. Don't do this. Don't reach out to these people just because you found them. Hey, I'm a voice actor. Would you hire me? Hey, come buy my stuff. Hey, go check out my website. Don't do that. There's an approach. Because when you do that, you look like a freaking beggar. When you do that, you look like somebody that's thirsty. If you don't know what thirsty is, look it up in an ethnic dictionary. But you look thirsty. What I just showed you on LinkedIn, was that even a little bit impressive to someone that's watching me right now? I need to know. Was that like, boom, a light bulb moment for you? To know that you can have access to so many. They're all there. They're all there. You can look up companies that you want to work with and also the people that are in those companies. You can look up Sony, you can look up MGM, or you can look up Warner Brothers, whatever, Pepsi, whatever the company. You can look it up. They're on LinkedIn. Even the little companies in your hick town, they're on LinkedIn. Now, what I want to present to you, and this is what I truly believe. This is what I truly believe. What I'm going to present to you on this coming Sunday in this webinar, I believe for a minute few of you, it will change your life. The reason I say a minute few, and I'm shutting it down at 50, I can handle 50 people for this particular webinar, because the questions are pretty much the same. I don't believe that most people will do the level of work that's required. I just don't. And this goes for anything when it comes to business development, biz dev, whatever, marketing. The people that do the work are the people that are going to win. I'm not talking about you watching this webinar or taking what I just showed you and trying to apply something to it over the next week is going to change your life. It's not. This is talking about a dedicated strategy that over the next, I'd say 6 months to a year, will change. But you have to start now. And you have to be consistent. And it's going to take content creation, whether you make videos, whether you write a blog, which is big. The thing about a blog and LinkedIn, if you didn't know, let me share my LinkedIn stuff again. So let me share that. Let's go to the homepage of LinkedIn once again. People are worried about websites and they're worried about this and that. You see this little button right here? You You see this little button right here? You can write an article, a blog, natively in LinkedIn. And if you do it right, and if you share it right, you're going to get some traction. Let me go to my, I want to show you what a blog in LinkedIn looks like. I just posted one the other day. There's me on Fiverr. Did I post this natively on LinkedIn? Yes. This is what an article looks like within LinkedIn. You can put your little picture up there, put your title. You can do this. You can see I've written 18 articles on LinkedIn. I've gotten 6 views on this article. Some of my articles have gotten way more. And there's no comments on this particular article. There's an article I wrote on e-learning, so you can see that blog, how that looks. I've got 17 views on that, 1 thumbs up. No comments on this one either. Here's one, how to use social media. Got 25 views, 6 thumbs up, 1 comment. Ooh, look at that, 3 shares. That's what that is. Now, let me stop sharing that. LinkedIn is a place where you need to be, period. End of story. I would say this is more important than Facebook. This is more important than Twitter. Anything, because this is where the business people are. This is where they're hanging out. This is where your clients are hanging out. Let's see. Let me look at some comments. I never knew that write an article function was there. Checking it now. Yes. Let me tell you, if you can write a constructive blog, an informative blog, and I can't tell you about it. I'm going to tell you about it on the webinar. I can't even go there because it's like part of the juice. It is literally part of the juice for this webinar that's coming up. But yeah, blogging or writing an article, I think in some cases, even more than producing a video or a podcast, puts you in a different light. There's something about words on a page that elevate you in other people's minds. Even though you guys watch me every day, if I wrote blogs, you guys wouldn't read them anyway. But if you do this on LinkedIn, and you've got to realize LinkedIn is it's the business social media network. Now, why more voice actors aren't there, I don't know. I've talked about this before, but I don't think anybody picked up on it. This is probably the second or third time I've talked about LinkedIn. And something happened to me over the past 2 weeks that really pushed me in LinkedIn. And I'll tell you about it on the webinar. Because I can't just get to the juice. I can't just get to the juice on this one. But with that being said, the webinar is going to be this Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link is right on the homepage for Steps to Voiceover Success. Also, the link is in the description for this video that you're watching right now. It's the first link that's there. I would be, whether you come to the webinar or not, I would be watching every marketing video on LinkedIn I could get my beady little eyes on YouTube. I just would. The thing I think that I'm going to bring different to the table that no one else ever has in the voiceover realm, in the voiceover kingdom, is I'm going to show you how to use it specifically for VO. No one's ever done it, so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you how it works, and I think everyone's going to be blown away with this. John is saying, I think a lot of voice actors aren't there because they're used to relying on the others for their audition and work opportunities. Exactly. Relying on others. That's what I'm talking about. So many voice actors are passive about growing their business. They passive. You'll check your phone every couple of minutes to see if you got something, from one of the pay to plays or freelance sites or your agent. Here's what's amazing. Don't get mad if you've done this. If you got an agent, you pick up the phone and call your agent. So, we got any work coming in? If they had work coming in, they'd have sent it to you. It's craziness. There are all these passive ways, and I don't think you should not have them working in your favor. I don't think you should not have passive ways. But if you're not on the offensive, of building your voiceover career, it's your fault it's not growing. No, here's a big lesson I learned a long time ago, and I hope many of you have learned. No one cares about you. No one cares about you. Not your agent. They care about their business. They care about their bottom line. They care about their pocket. Not the pay to play. They care about their business. They care about their pocket. They care about their bottom line. Not Fiverr. They care about their business. They care about their business. It's no one cares about you. You're a commodity. They will use you as needed. Baby doll, that's why you gotta get on the offense. And LinkedIn is definitely probably the best thing you're going to do to get on the offense. Between that and email marketing, you got to get on the offense with this. All right. So we've been on. All right. So yesterday on the webinar, that we did on Audacity, and that's on the homepage of the website too, Steps to VoiceOver Success, if you want to go grab that. Mark Hall was the winner. I'm holding this up because I drew out of a box. Mark Hall won this microphone and the case. I think you guys probably saw it. So I'm going to be sending this out to Mark today. He was one of the first 10 registrants for the webinar. $129 street value on that one, street price. Now what's happening? Did you guys see this? I don't know if you saw it. I'm going to give this away to one of the first 10 registrants for this webinar. And what this is, and I actually like this. It's the PF8 Pro. Before I show that to you, this is the original PF8. And it caused so many problems because, now I'm holding too many things here. The Chaotica Eyeball said that it looked too much like it. They copied that, they called foul. Copyright, what is it? Copyright, trademark, whatever it is. Infringement. Even though you can still get the darn thing on Amazon. The Chaotic Eyeball is $200. This on Amazon is about $50. Works exactly the same way as the Chaotica Eyeball. But since they had so many legal issues, they were smart, and the people at Altron have become my friends, and so they send me free stuff. Just got an email from them today. They're going to be sending me 4 more of these. This is the PF8 Pro. Does exactly the same thing as before. They just changed how it looked. So, let me tell you, they always have an extra piece of foam in there. Basically how it works, you can just slide this up so you can see. You can see through it. It's a pop filter. And basically how it works, I'm going to grab one of my condensers. Your condenser mic goes up in there. Oh, excuse me. I should have showed you. You couldn't see it on camera. The hole in the bottom, the condenser mic goes in there. You can see the condenser mic right there. Pop filter comes down. Boom. You're recording. Blocks out all that noise. I used, not this, but I used the PF8, the original one, a lot when I moved into this studio space before I got my Whisper Room. Works amazing. They're sending me 4 more of these. They just sent me an email literally this morning. And I'm like, what am I going to do with 4 more of these things? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this away to one of the first 10 registrants to the webinar coming up Sunday. Just like I did with the mic. So now, what you want to make sure of is that, you know, you have a condenser that can fit in there. This isn't going to work with a mic like this because it's an in fire. You want to make sure that you're using a condenser with kind of a long body on it so that it can fit up through there. It will fit with a Neumann TLM 103. You will have to take the shock mount off and just use the little thing that it comes with to hold the mic so that it'll actually fit in there. I actually kind of rigged up mine. I didn't take my shock mount off and I just stuck it up in there and it still worked. But just wanted to give you that little tidbit of information. So first 10 registrants, you'll be able to be in a drawing to win this. And this is basically a portable studio. Or if you've got a lot of noise in your studio, put this bad boy on. It's going to knock a lot of that out. So yeah, free giveaway on that one there. Really? Oh, wait a minute. Storm is saying the new version looks smaller. So let's do a side by side. Here's the old. Here's the new. Let's back up a bit. Old and new. There you go. The new one is bigger. It wins. Camera tricks. Camera tricks. All right. Let's see. Golf ball companies must be suing each other left. Yeah, right. You would think, right? Is it my imagination or is the new one much larger? Okay, we just saw the side-by-side comparison on that. All right. So, guys, I hope this has been rather informative for you today. Again, today I've got 3 voiceover jobs I've got to get done today. So I'm going to be doing that as soon as I go off air. Thanks to John Flood for sending me. I had him do part of the VO that I needed to get done today. So yeah, he did great on that. What else? There's so much every day, every single day. I'll save this tidbit for tomorrow. I'll talk about this tomorrow. But okay, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. I definitely will be back here with you guys on tomorrow, the good Lord willing, and we'll take it from there. Make sure you do visit the website, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Go ahead and register for the webinar. It's shutting down at 50. I was supposed to shut the webinar down yesterday at 25. Somehow 27 people got into the webinar. But this one, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention. And that's because people were registering right up till the end. I thought it was done. And then all of a sudden, a couple more people popped in. But this webinar on LinkedIn, only 50 people are going to be allowed into this. So you want to hurry up and do that. Plus, the first 10 people that register are going to be in for the drawing for the PF8 Pro. All right, guys, you have an awesome and amazing Monday, and I will be back with you guys here on tomorrow. So you take care. Bye now.